Hey everyone, how's it going today? Welcome to, man, look at the glare on my lenses. Got new glasses today. I can't wear them yet though because they're so strong. I'm in the process of trying to get this game up here. See if we can get some win some money here in the second half. Already big winners. Let's see what we got here. Nothing today. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch it up a little bit today. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to the show today. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of these games. I hope you got on the free bet today on the site. Turn the light on. That's better. Now I'm lit from the front. So dark down here. Had obviously Bodo Glimt was my free play for the day. Massive. I thought they were going to kind of dominate today. I mean, to go out and do what they did, though, I wasn't sure they were going to do that, but they did. So big win for Bodo Glimt, 5-0 there. Let me pull up this. Share the screen here. And obviously, Bodo scored twice in 3 minutes in the first half, did the same thing in the second half, and then scored at injury time. So that was 5-0. I thought that was pretty much a lock. Let's see what we got. Maybe we got I got yesterday's game on USG and Rangers. Trying to find the game for today. I'd like to watch a little bit of this game in the second half. I haven't got a chance to watch too many games here since I moved into my house. I'm running a camp right now. I know if everybody's been watching, obviously, you saw me at the soccer, at the camp over at LJ's house. My friend Lance runs a big camp there, so have to kind of do that. So I haven't had a lot of chance to watch a lot of games, but today, or this weekend, I'm obviously going over to Manchester, get a chance to see that. So that'll be cool. See if we can pull this up. I'm trying to get this up here so I can actually talk about this while we're kind of on the show, but I can't find these games. I don't know what channel they'd be on in England. My satellite dish. Wink, wink. Anyway, I'll come back to that. I'll find it at some point. I have, I liked, I didn't like these middle games. I talked a little bit about Haifa and Limassol. Haifa won 4-0, but I wasn't on that game. I'm not going to come out here and tell you I was. I liked Bodo Glimt today and Red Bull and not Red Bull. Talk about the Red Bull game later. Red Star Belgrade, who's up 3-0 now, and I would like one more goal in this Red Star Belgrade thing, and I think that would be pretty good. I think one more goal probably does it. Free Sport, Premier Sport. Wish I knew what channel this was on. Yeah, guess I'm watching this from yesterday. That Red Bull game last night. I mean, I'm happy in one regards because one of my guys, the Dantuma Torre, scored the late goal for Red Bulls. We talked about Flamengo last night. You know, big, huge win on the road for Flamengo. 2-0. I thought that was the play. I'm not sure if everybody kind of backed that or not, but you know, didn't like a lot of the games, but I did like that game, and Plus Money had talked about that as well. So we're going to go through these today and see what we can get for today and tomorrow. All right. So waiting for Red Bull or Red Star. Cervena Zvezda. FCSB right now is up 1-0 in the 80th minute. I've talked about them a little bit on the thing. I didn't pick that game out, but thought that was an interesting play. So tonight you got Atletico MG and Palmeiras and Vélez Sarsfield and Talleres. So let's look at these lines for tonight because I want to win some money tonight. I've already won some money today. I want to win some money tonight. So tonight in the Copa Lib, you got Atletico Mineiro against Palmeiras. You got Palmeiras at plus 200 here. And look, once again, yesterday on the road, these are both, once again, there's two more Brazilian teams, but a good Brazilian team, Flamengo, went on the road and won. I think Palmeiras here at plus 200 is a pretty decent spot. I know these teams draw a lot when they play, but I think Palmeiras is the better team here. You know, if you wanted to take Palmeiras at plus 108 on the draw line, I didn't have a problem with that. You know, even at plus 0.25 at minus 139, I think you're giving away a little bit of value there. But, you know, I think this, you know, if you're a little bit worried about first leg game here, maybe I'll go Palmeiras pick plus 108. But I'm going to take a shot with Palmeiras. I think they're the better team. I think next leg, if this was switched, I think Palmeiras would be minus 150 here. So that was just my opinion. We'll see next week, although it's not in a vacuum because they already have one leg down, and Palmeiras could be up or down. So, and I do like Vélez Sarsfield tonight against Talleres at minus 108. I think that's a pretty good play right here. I would just play the money line. There's not a lot in these games when these teams play. You see here, I mean, it's 1-1 draws, 1-0. You know, maybe I would even go here plus, 1-0. Sarsfield is plus 460. See, under here is 2.5. I might go 1-0 Vélez Sarsfield to give yourself a little bit extra value. But look, if you want to just go on the money line here and say minus 108, I think that offers you really good value tonight. Tonight in the, I'm going to stay away from the Sao Paulo Sierra game. There's 3 MLS games. I'm going to say a couple of things here. The Red Bull last night, they're up, and then they get a red card. The red card on Colorado. I'm like, yeah, I'm in good shape here. And then all of a sudden, the red card wasn't there. They took it away. I don't like VAR in those situations. If the referee on the field thinks that it's a red card offense, you know how when you're watching these games, you know how like either violent or whatever, last man, whatever it is, to be a red card, like the referee has to be 100% sure to give a red card. So if you give a red card, it's a red card. It shouldn't be allowed. It happened though, and then the Red Bulls collapsed. They gave away 2-goal leads twice. It was a crazy game. I gave out Red Bulls over 1.5 at plus money. They scored 4 goals. They should have won the game. They didn't. So I didn't lose money. You just didn't make any money in that game. These games tonight, I looked at these for my play tonight. I was looking at one game to be my best bet for the day. I had Bodo Glimt, and then but they told me it was too early, so I took Red Star, and they're up 3-0. So I'm doing all right. So I was looking at this, and I said, which one? If someone said to me tonight, which one of these games you have to win tonight? You're in a knockout pool. Your advancement depends on one of these games winning. You have to pick a winner of one of these games, assuming there's going to be a winner in one of them. Who would you take? I don't know. These games are tough to me. Probably the best play of the day here is the over in this game. Over 2.75. I think the best play from these games, these 4 sets of games tonight in the MLS, is the over in the San Jose Inter Miami game. Here's the goals these two teams have given up. Miami has given up 37 goals in 22 games, minus 11 goal difference. San Jose's given up 45 goals. They've scored 36, given up 45 goals in 22 games. This has 5-4 written all over it. These teams give up goals like they leak goals like a sieve. This would be my play. If you told me I had to pick one winner from these games, I don't know. I'm not that DC United team under Rooney. I'm telling you, man, Rooney's a good coach. He's a motivator. He's all this stuff. I don't necessarily like this game. If I was going to bet this game, I would take DC United or draw. I probably won't bet the game. If you told me I had to pick a game from these ones, I would probably take I don't think I'll take Portland. I would probably take a chance on Montreal plus 230 here. These are hard games for me. Columbus is way down here in the table. Columbus is 6th in the East. Montreal's 3rd. Montreal's pretty good on the road. Columbus is okay at home. Only scored 7 goals at home. I would say go with Montreal here. And if you have to, once again, maybe take Montreal. Montreal pick plus 148. Wow. Yeah, Abdi. Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you checking in always. Yeah, they have a lot of draws. You know what? I'll be honest, Abdi. From these games today, I would be more confident taking the over, the over, the over, and the over. I would take the over probably in all 4 of these games. They all give up goals like crazy. Montreal scores a lot of goals, but they give up a lot of goals. Columbus doesn't score a lot at home. That's the only thing that kind of thing. But the under here is the over is only at minus 107. I would probably bin off the games, to be honest with you. I don't know if I would take that. If you told me I had to take one team tonight, it would probably be Montreal. At a pick at plus 148, that's pretty good odds. And then the other thing too is I just saw it here at plus 0.25, you get them at plus 100. So basically, you're telling me, Montreal and draw is minus 134. I mean, that's a pretty good play. Montreal is a better team than Columbus. That's a good play probably right there. That would be my play. But, there's better. I think the overs are in these games it drives me nuts every time I go back and it does this. I think the overs are a pretty good play here. Over 2.75 in the Earthquakes game. I think there's going to be goals, like you said. I think Timbers, Portland. Portland scored 39, allowed 35. So, there's going to be some. Who are they playing? Nashville. Nashville's 29-29. So they're a little bit above 1 a game. Portland's edging towards 2 a game. So the draws do bother me a little bit. I think they draw too much because they give too many goals. I would, I'll be honest. If you want a little bit of a long shot play here, maybe try 2-2 in this game, which is, and you look right here. How about that? I didn't even know this. 2-2 on July 3rd. So, 2-2 pays 1,200. And that's not too bad. With correct score plays, I don't go out. I don't throw $100 on it. I'll never do that. Like, I might throw $10 on it, $10 to win, 120. It's not terrible. But $5 to win, $60. I mean, $5 to win 60 is pretty decent. Especially if you cover it, if you cover it with the over and it goes over, say you bet $40 on the over and it wins. So you get your money, and then you throw 2-2 down and it ends up, I don't know, 3-2, whatever. It's whatever. It's, you only lost $5 out of the money that you won. But if it ends up 2-2 for $45, you just really supercharged your play. So I usually do those correct scores if I have a feeling about a game. Like, I've talked about this a few times with these games where we talk about the correct scores, the specific correct score plays, and they come in because like Sheriff in some of these games or Wolves in some of these games. and you're just like, this is 1-0. This has 1-0 written all over it. I don't know which way, 1-0, 1-0, but you bet both of them maybe, and then, you win. I don't bet a lot of correct score plays, but a lot of times when I actually do bet them, they come in because, I have a pretty decent read on a game. Like, I'm only betting a game like that if I have a decent read on it, if that makes sense. Red Star, Belgrade, just need him to hold on here, get another goal maybe would be good. 4-0, Red Star. Let's go. Just as I said that. Let's go. All right. That's awesome. Have to remember that. Here's the thing. This is a good time to talk about this. If you're watching this show, yeah, Red Star, Belgrade, groovy, Crvena Zvezda. Hold on. Right here. Red Star, Belgrade. They were like minus 700. Nah. Red Star, Belgrade in the Champions League. So the Champions League qualification is going on. So most of these, had them today at minus 1.75, minus 2, whatever you had them at. Now it's 4-0. So I'm gonna take a chance to talk about this right now because I think this is important. Yeah, that's right. They play. My friend's family used to own the team here in Jersey. The Sky Blue. They used to play in that one league or whatever. But yeah, I knew that they're in that league. So, but yeah, so there's going to be some games. I'm going to try to figure out like a code or something like this. I don't want it to be a code. I'm just going to say it. Like maybe I'll put it in the group chat because we talk about a lot of games on this list. Yesterday, but I was dead on Bodo and Red Star, Cervena. Yeah, you can. You can bet. I know you can bet women's soccer on those sites. They've started to put more games on. I think as it's gone on because I know last year you could bet like the Women's Champions League final and stuff like that. But so I'm gonna start talking about. But just groovy. I don't know where you're at, but sometimes if you're in a state. I'll tell you this first. If you're in a state where you have, Unibet, some of the smaller European books, see if you can download one of those as well, because sometimes they'll give you better odds than FanDuel. But sometimes you only have certain books in a state, so it is what it is. Chicago. Okay, cool. My buddy Mark Eckert lives out there. He went to Concordia. I used to come visit him all the time. If you can find some of the European books, Unibet, Bet365, one of the ones that are based out there, sometimes you can get a little bit better odds for these games. Some of the American books, they're starting to get it because soccer's so big. Soccer betting's it's the biggest sport in the world to bet. And in America, I think it's probably at this point, number 3 behind football and basketball at this point because there's so many games. So if there's going to be some games, because obviously there's when you get to the group stage for Champions League, there's 8 games on Tuesday and 8 games on Wednesday. And then, the Europa League, same thing. There's going to be like 16 games on Thursday in the Conference League. There's going to be a game or two. That's right. Yeah, I used to love going to Concordia, man. A good campus. My buddy lived right off. He lived over by Soldier Field somewhere in one of those neighborhoods. That's pretty cool. And then he moved out to the suburbs, I think. But there's gonna be a couple games where I'm gonna say, listen, this is the play. I like 5 games today across the whole board. But if you're only betting 1 game or 2 games, this is it. Like today, Red Star and Bodo were it. Like I like those games tonight. I like Palmeiras because they're plus 200 and they're a good team. Whatever. I loved Red Star Belgrade today. And I loved Bodo Glimt today. I thought they were going to annihilate these 2 teams. Just from watching Punic play and just from watching Vilnius play in these other rounds. Now you're in the 3rd round. If these teams they're not Champions League teams. They're playing against the big boys now, Red Star Belgrade and Bodo, the big boys. And these teams come to play. And when they have a chance, when they're at home in the first leg, they're going to dominate. And that's what they did. They scored again. Let's go. Red Star Belgrade. So that was big. That was big. Both these games right now are 5-0. Right? Yeah, Independiente Bilbao. Yeah, big step. Yeah, that was a good game last night. I thought that was pretty good. 5-0. Let's see. They didn't post the goal yet. I have it 5-0 on the thing on the betting site. Anyway, so big game for them last night. Yeah, there it is, 5-0. Crazy game too. I mean, they had the red card. They had a goal disallowed, but that was a good game for them. So if I'm going to say to you, listen, this is the play. I like these games. When you read the horse racing daily racing forum and you're looking at the things, I don't know if anybody does this, and you're looking at the things, sometimes it'll say like look out at the bottom of it. If it says look out, that's a live horse. Anytime the guy that's writing says look out, we would always bet that horse. It's almost like a code. Like, man, this horse is live. Like, not live, like live. Like, get on this horse. Wink, wink, right? So, if I'm going to say to you, listen, Red Star and Bodo, that's it. Those are the plays. Just, that's what you want to do. You want to get on them. All right, so tomorrow, there's a bunch of Europa League games, and there's about 1 million Europa Conference League games. So I want to look at the Europa League games first because it's a better competition. So if you're new, like Groovy, if you guys are new or women are new, I always say guys. It's just a general term I use. But I know there's also some women here following. So, welcome, I will say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to look at these games a little bit closer. I think you can find some value in some of these games over here, Europa Conference League qualification. However, some of these games, like, right away, there's so many games. I mean, there's just so many games. AZ Alkmaar against Dundee. That's probably a play. FC Twente against Kukri. That's a tough game for me. I'm going to stay away from that. Slavia Prague. Here's one. I would take Cluj tomorrow. Cluj has let me down so many times this year already. I think they're a better team. Here's two games right here. Rapid Vienna, Rapid Wien, and Cluj. Back-to-back 1 o'clock games. I like both of those. I would take a chance right there on those two games. Right here, Rapid Wien, plus 110, and Cluj, minus 112. On the road, it's tough the first leg, but they're favored on the road because they're better teams. The one game I did see earlier that I do like is obviously Bern, BSC Young Boys. You can't bet them at minus whatever they're at. So you got to take it. You got to take them on the Asian handicap, probably -1. -1 would be a pretty good chance there. I think they kind of score goals. The other way you could do it is maybe go full time, and Young Boys, you can't even do over 1.5. That's a waste. It's 2.5. So those are probably the plays I would look at for these games. These other games, these other teams, I just don't. Obviously Anderlecht is going to annihilate this payday Landeskog team, but once again, I don't even know if you're going to be able to get like the Asian handicap here for this game. You probably can. Over 2.5 goals is plus 118. That's probably pretty good value. Anderlecht minus 205. If you can get a game like that with these teams, like Bodo and Cervena Zvezda today, and you can get it at minus. Put those two in parlays, halftime, full-time, minus 200. You probably get a decent price. So you could do something like that. This Saturday, go huge on the Chicago Fire at Charlotte. Write it down. All right, hold on 1 second. I will pull that up. There you go. Chicago Fire plus 230. All right. Any reason on that, Groovy? But we're definitely gonna write that down. Here we go. On Saturday, 57 games and 1 game on Friday, right? Yep. Austin minus 157. Man, those days are gone, man. Those days of plus money are gone. We're not getting plus money on Austin FC anymore. Those days are long gone. All right. Let me look at the Europa League here. Talked about Larnaca against Partizan Belgrade. Partizan Belgrade's a pretty good team here. So, I know plus money's a big fan of Larnaca here, and I think I already took them in a game here. But I plus 190. It's a value play. That didn't go very well for us yesterday. The AEK or Larnaca pick is plus 110. I don't mind that. But I'm going to look at some other games first before I start looking at that game. It's not my favorite game of the day. Just looking at these here, I have to find my favorite game of the day. I would probably, I like Fenerbahce here. -1 is going to be 165. Oof. I'll probably go minus 1.25. Take that. Very underrated now, and they're playing great defense and going. Yeah, look, I will say the Fire have been playing a lot better. We've kind of been following some of these MLS teams for a little bit, and the Fire have been winning some games. So and they are not playing tonight. Right? They're not playing tonight. And they didn't play last night. So they're going to be a little bit rested, and Charlotte will have played tonight. So I think that's an interest, and they're going to get run around today by DC United because Wayne Roo's going to have them. So it's probably a good call there. So listen, Groovy Caps here says take Chicago in this game. That's a pretty good play there. So we will talk about that a little bit more on Friday. Just now, Friday's show, not sure what time it's going to be yet because I'm flying out that night to Manchester. So we will see. All right. Got the news there. And, some of these other games here, this Maribor HJK, I don't love the game. I know Merrifield's pretty good. Maribor, sorry. I don't like Malmo at all anymore. I'm not ever betting them again. I know they're probably the big favorite. They are the big favorite. I'm not touching that game. I can't be bothered with them anymore. They've cost me too much money. Shamrock Rovers and Scoopy, no interest in that game whatsoever. I would say Olympiacos against Slovan Bratislava, but Olympiacos looked terrible last game. So, I don't know. I think that leaves us with this game here. Linfield and Zurich. Zurich -1. Let's look at the preview. Yeah, they beat Bodo Glimt 1-0, but then they lost 8-0 the second leg. Zurich lost 5-4 in aggregate to Karabakh, who's a very good team. And they score some goals here. 3-2, 2-2 against Karabakh. Zurich they're not in very good form. This bothers me a little bit, but they're better than this Linfield team. Wow, look at this, 1-1. I'm not sure about that. Wow. Zurich lost to St. Gallen on the weekend, though. They've been bad in the Super League. Oh, man. I might back away from that game. I actually kind of liked Zurich in this game here, but now these stats have got me thinking about it. Man, I don't know. I think my best play here would be Fenerbahce -1, -1.5, probably -1.5. You can do -1.25. -1.5 is +115. I would probably go Fenerbahce -1.5 here as my play in the Europa League tomorrow. Just look one more time at these Conference League. How do you get a red card and up 5-0 in the 90th minute? How is that possible? What are you doing? These games are tough, man. Basak Shahir. I wanted to find a game where someone's at home. That Zerginski team played well. I want to find a game where someone's at home. Atletico PR against Estudiantes La Plata. I think I like Atletico PR in that game. Oh, that's next week. No, it's tomorrow. Sorry. Estudiantes La Plata. Hey, Foxy, if you're still watching, let me ask you about this game here. Atletico PR and Estudiantes La Plata. PR probably wins this, I would think, at home. But maybe I get your thoughts on that. Pull this up here quickly. This is Thursday night, by the way, so just remember that. Defensive system, man. I think I would say Atletico PR in this game. I think that would be the play. Atletico PR. I'm trying to find a game. I'm trying to think I'm trying to find my best bet for tomorrow. Out of all these games, what would be my best play? Probably Atletico PR or Fenerbahce. Who's Fenerbahce playing? Slovako. Fenerbahce versus FC Slovako. The German Giants lost to 5-0 Red Star Belgrade. Cervena Zvezda. I've won so much money on this team over the years. And I just think they're going to just keep winning money for us. We'll see. Fenerbahce is missing some players. Last season, Slovako were beaten by Lokomotiv Plovdiv in the second qualifying round of the Europa Conference League. Look, they finished fourth in the Czech First League. I saw them in this thing. Jorge Jesus' side has brought in some big name players. I think we're going to go Fenerbahce with this, and we'll see. We'll see what we can get the price at. Fenerbahce -1, -165. Don't love that. -5. I think that's going to be the play there for tomorrow. All right, so just quickly, I haven't done this in a little bit, but let me take a look here at the rugby, because I think we're getting close to the playoffs here. Oh, Penrith dropped some points here somewhere. So we got the Panthers, Cowboys, Sharks, Storm, Broncos, Eels, Bunnies, and Roosters. So the Storm against the Titans. Storm are in 4th at 12-7. The Titans are in last. All right. So right away, we're going to look at this. Let's see what the spread is. Let's drop the spread down to -7.5. Put that at -360. We will go to South Sydney and New Zealand. The Warriors 5-14 with -199, and the Bunnies got to win this. -1,000. Let's bump this to 6, 7.5. 420. So that's -175. So we'll find one more. The Sharks against St. George. Sharks are in 3rd. St. George, Illawarra. Dragons. And the Dragons? Yeah. North Queensland against Canterbury. North Queensland. Canterbury is the Bulldogs. So I'm going to go North Queensland here. I guess I'll just take it on that. So here's your. I just took the money line. If you can push this, if you can push the line around, you can here. But right here would be my parlay for the weekend for rugby. Melbourne Storm -7.5, South Sydney Rabbitohs -7.5, and North Queensland Cowboys -335. All right. Man, that hour flew by. It's always good when you can watch a little footy and talk about soccer. Well, it's only been 50 minutes, but you know what I mean. All right. So make sure you're liking, subscribing, ringing the bell. Remember, Friday night, I'll be on ESPN doing my show from the plane, from the airport. And, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. We'll be back tomorrow. AM Plus Money is going to look at some of these games. And we will see you soon.